Hello everyone, welcome into Raiders franchise. You're going to notice this format's a little bit different. I'm not doing live comm right now, we're doing everything post comm. You're going to notice in this episode, we're going to go through 2 games instead of just your standard one. We need to speed this season up, we haven't been playing well, and at the end of the day, we need to get to the next season. I just don't see a point in dragging this out any further, so everything's going to be done post comm. As you can see, Compton's getting an upgrade. For him, I decided to go into the pass protector. We get a solid upgrade there. And next up, you're going to see we fired our DC, Sean Carney. It was time to move on from him. We hired Bubba Davis. He runs similar style defense, but he brings a little bit of the 46 concept to the team. So that's basically just going to make us a little bit better against the run, I think. So I added a few plays to our playbook that kind of fit his style, and we'll see how much of a difference he'll make. We have the worst defense in the entire league, so it's time to make a change. I mentioned changing our offense, but honestly, our offense has been okay. It's just our defense sucks, so it's time to make a change there. Gabriel Bowens is going to take this one out of the end zone. He cuts it right. He has a little bit of a crease, but he couldn't quite get inside of that defender as Russell Wilson comes out onto the field. He has 7 touchdowns, 4 picks, just over 1,000 yards. He's been really good for us. We're going to open the day, though, by handing it off to new starting running back, Damian Harris. Honestly, he hasn't provided a whole lot of juice for us since he took over for the traded Josh Jacobs, but we got to keep trying to run the ball or else we're going to become one-dimensional, and that's when losses will start to get really, really ugly, and we don't want to do that against the Jets. As Davante Adams is going to take that reception and go for a first down against his former QB's team. Russell Wilson dropping back here. He feels pressure immediately, and down he goes. That's Quinnen Williams' brother making the play there. Quincy, that's a big sack for the Jets D. So I'm hoping to keep these videos about the same length as what they have been, so about 15 minutes per game. We'll see. It might end up coming in closer to 40. It's just something that we have to figure out, and I'm trying to figure it out as we go. We're just going to wrap up this season a little bit quicker than normal. And like I said, so you're going to see the first drive from each team, and then after that, we're going to just jump around and skip around. I'll show important plays, maybe important drives, and try to figure it out from there. But as you can see here, we have a 1st and 10. That one was incomplete. It wasn't really a great decision there by Russell Wilson. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10, and we're going to hand it off to Damian Harris, who doesn't find a lot of space there. So now we're backed up to a 3rd and long, right up around midfield, a little past it. Wilson looking to pass here, feeling a little bit of pressure. He goes across the middle, and that's incomplete. Sauce Gardner had the coverage on the play. Now the Vegas Raiders are in an interesting situation where they're attempting a 60-yard field goal, and Daniel Carlson's kick is up and good. He drills it. The Raiders take a 3-0 lead here over the Jets. Aaron Rodgers takes the field, and he's actually been pretty good this season with 11 touchdowns, 4 picks. He isn't putting up a ton of yards per game, but he's played really well, and the Jets have a pretty good record. So now let's see what he can do against us. As he's going to hand it to Breece Hall, who's going to go for a 10-yard gain and a Jets first down to begin the day. As it looks like they're going to go ahead and hand it off to Breece Hall again, except for this time Byron Young's going to come through and get him down, and that's going to go nowhere. Correction, that was actually Jerry Tillery, as Rodgers is going to attempt his first pass of the day, and that's going to be a completion to Mecole Hardman, bringing up a 3rd and 4. Rodgers is probably going to have to pass here, and that's exactly what he does. He goes down the field, and he misses Hardman. He actually had a step on Nate Hobbs there. Now let's start speeding this game up. All right, Raiders take over here. It's 3rd and 13. Russell's going down the field, and that's a tight coverage completion right there. That's a big play to Hunter Renfrow and a Raiders first down, but it's 3rd and 6 again on this same drive. Wilson moving. He's going to tuck, run, scramble, get the first down across midfield to the 43-yard line. Another Raiders first down. They keep this drive moving here. So 1st and 10, they're going to go to Davante Adams, and that's another 10-yard gain in the Raiders first down. They're down to the 33. So again, we're looking to pass here. This time, though, we're down to the 25, and what was that? That was ugly. We got to show a replay, man. They called that good accuracy, too, and you can see the ball hit the ground like 5 yards in front of Davante Adams. That was pretty terrible, but it's 3rd and 1. Russ goes underneath. That's Michael Mayer getting the first down. Now, I will say with this format, anytime we're inside of the 30, or the opposing team's inside of the 30, we're going to show every play as we go to Damian Harris, who tries to run through Jordan Whitehead. He just couldn't do it. It's still 1st and goal, but we're at the 8. So it's a longer situation. We haven't done well in this spot as we throw a screen out there to Hunter Renfrow and a touchdown for the Raiders. That's a big play for the Raiders offense. They've looked okay today, honestly. That's a strong way to end the first quarter. For our highlights, is it's a 10-0 Raiders lead. They've been really good. Like I said, the Jets offense has been shut down. Our defense has played well. They haven't had really that many possessions, though. As we're going to see Aaron Rodgers take over, hand it off to Breece Hall, who finds all sorts of space across midfield. He's still fighting. He's down to the 33. That was a huge run right there. I don't know how many yards, but man, that was a big play as Rodgers is rolling out to the right, going down the field, and he misses his receiver. That's going to bring up a 3rd down. So they're going to pass. Dalvin Cook's in the game. Rodgers feeling pressure. Down he goes. That's Tyree Wilson getting the sack. So the Jets are probably going to have to settle for 3. And that's exactly what they do, as we almost blocked it, but the kick goes wide right anyway. Perfect. No points for the Jets on this drive. We distracted him enough to make him miss it. However, we went 3 and out, so the Jets have the ball back quick, and look at that throw to Garrett Wilson. That was a great play and a great catch. First down, Jets. They're down to the 33. They're going to hand it off. That's Dalvin Cook getting the carry and powering ahead for the first down. Now they're inside of the 30, so here we are showing it off. Rodgers throws it underneath. That's another reception by Garrett Wilson. That goes for 5. So Rodgers again, he's going to hand it off this time. No, it's Dalvin Cook cutting it up the middle, and that's a nice, powerful run. He pushed Akeem Davis-Gaither back. So again, looking to pass here. That's down the field. Dalvin Cook with the reception and the touchdown. He burned Robert Spillane on that play. Honestly, that's a bad matchup for us. It's 10-7 now. Let's see if the Raiders can answer. Russell Wilson, 2nd and 12, nearly threw a pick there. That was a big mistake. That could have cost us. So that's now 3rd and 12 down the field. That's Michael Mayer making the reception and getting the first down for the Raiders. So under 2 minutes now, we're going to show off the rest of this drive as Wilson's looking to pass here. He goes underneath. That's Harwick juking. He can't quite break Reed's tackle. That's going to be a solid gain, setting up a 2nd and 3 now. Again, Wilson up in the pocket, moving. This time, though, he can't get away. He's going to take a sack, and that's going to back us up to a 3rd and 7. So Wilson again's got to pass. This time it's a screen. They get Harwick. He has a little bit of space, and that's a missed block by La'el Collins, and that's going to bring up a 4th and inches that we go for and get. Russ picks it up. 43 seconds left in the half. Let's see if the Raiders can answer. Feeling no pressure here. Russ just misfires. He had a receiver open. He couldn't find him. So again, we're going to pass here. 38 seconds left in the half. Down the field, Hunter Renfrow makes the reception and the big gain down to the 23-yard line. So Russ got to pass. We're down to 14 seconds, maybe 2 plays left. We go underneath. Michael Mayer gets the reception, gets out of bounds with 11 seconds left. So maybe 2 shots at the end zone. We just got to be smart with the ball as we're going to pass to Renfrow underneath, and that was nearly intercepted. That was a great play by the corner on that one. Adams might actually been safety there. One last shot at the end zone. Ooh, that should have been intercepted. We got super, super lucky. Adrian Amos didn't hold on to that, so we're going to settle for 3, which is the right decision. The kick is going to be up and good. Daniel Carlson's automatic from this range. 13-7 is going to be your score as we get ready to head into halftime here. It's been, honestly, Raiders have been a little better in this game than the Jets on offense. I kind of figured we'd struggle more than we have. I think that we have a perfect opportunity to close this one out as Rodgers and the Jets open up with the ball here, and that's a big gain to Mecole Hardman. That gets him out to midfield. Again, it's 3rd down, so Rodgers on the move, stops, pops, and misses. He had Garrett Wilson open on that play. That was DeMar Cox with the pressure. So they punt it back to the Raiders. It's 3rd and 13, and they're in their own end zone, though. So it's a smart decision. Russ just checks it down. Jets play the field position game, and it works out for him pretty well here. So 2nd and inches, they go to Breece Hall up the middle. He cuts it into the inside, and he's going to bust off a 23-yard run, getting the Jets a first down and setting them up at the 27-yard line. So Rodgers has just Breece Hall behind him. He hands it off, and that was stuffed. Jerry Tillery and Robert Spillane came through and made a great play there. 2nd and 11, right back to Breece Hall, though. They didn't hesitate, and he's going to get the first down and more. Jacorian Bennett can't get him down before he scores. Touchdown, Jets. They're actually going to make this a Jets lead here, 14-13, as the Raiders got to answer. It's 2nd and 1, and down the field goes Russell Wilson. That's Michael Mayer making the reception, getting a huge first down across midfield down to the 35-yard line. This has been one of the bigger issues of the Raiders season. They get up early and then they squander it late as Russ is going to take off and run and pick up solid yards there, setting up a 3rd and 2 at the 27-yard line. They're at least in field goal range as Russ has got to be smart down the field, and that was nearly intercepted. I don't think that was a good decision, but we decide to go for it. What are we doing here? It works. Devontae gets the ball, and he's going to fight ahead and pick up some extra yards and get the Raiders the first down. But, man, that was a risky decision right there. I don't know if I agree with that one right by Jim Caldwell, as Russ is going to take a sack. That was a bad play call. That play needs to be out of the playbook. I don't know why I ever try to call it. It's 2nd and 17 now, though, and Russ is on the move. He throws it out to an open Trey Tucker, but he missed. He led it too far, so Amos was able to make the play. Backing us up now, 3rd and 17. Just be smart. We go to Trey Tucker. He couldn't outrun C.J. Mosley. I have major issues with that. Trey Tucker's so much faster than him. You know, it is what it is. We're going to be forced to settle for 3, and Carlson's going to attempt a 34-yard field goal that is up and good and re-gives the Raiders the lead in this game. It's 16-14. Let's see if they can contain this Jets offense in the ground game that's suddenly come to life as Breece Hall again fights and goes for 8. That was a great play, and he ends up hurt. That could be a big loss for the Jets as the third quarter comes to an end. Entering the fourth quarter, it's a Raiders lead. They maintain a 16-14 lead. Let's see what we can do to stop him as Dalvin Cook checks in as the full-time starter now. That is an incredible balance on that play, and then he throws off Marcus Epps. He's going down sideline, and he's knocked out at the 16-yard line. What a play by Dalvin Cook. He looked better than Breece Hall, who's looked really good today on that play right there. Rodgers again looking to pass. He's going to cut it back to the left as DeMar Cox actually read that well. And that ends up being a Jerry Tillery sack. But DeMar Cox deserves a ton of credit for Tillery's production on that play as Rodgers is going to pass underneath. That's a drop by Garrett Wilson. That's going to have a 3rd and 12 now. And they decide to hand it off to Dalvin Cook, who breaks through that scrum and gets the first down. That was a terrible play call in my opinion. I don't know how that managed to work. Setting up a 1st and goal, they go back to Cook, who runs through Divine Diablo and gets across the goal line. Touchdown, Jets. They're going to take a 21-16 lead today. Now let's see if this Raiders offense can answer, and on 3rd down, they couldn't do it. They came up just short, so they decide, let's go for it. Damian Harris gets the ball, and that one was blown up by Quinnen Williams and John Franklin Myers. That's going to give the Jets the ball at a pretty good field position around the 40. However, that's Divine Diablo taking Rodgers down for an 8-yard loss. That's exactly what we needed to do to stay in this game, and that does end the Jets' drive. Jumping ahead here, it's 3rd and 5, and we can't quite get the first down. We are just short. So again, we're going to go for this. We hand it off to Damian Harris, who gets the first down. That's a nice run, keeping this Raiders drive alive and keeping their hopes of winning this alive as there's 2:14 left. Russell throws it into really tight coverage. Jordan Whitehead broke that up in front of Devontae Adams. That's going to bring up a 4th and 2, and we need it here as we go underneath to Michael Mayer, and he holds on. This drive stays alive. He goes down at the 50. We got 2 minutes to go 50 yards, and we need a touchdown. Let's see what we can do. Russell, are you kidding me, bro? He threw that right to the Jets, Quincy Williams. That was just a bad decision. Look at that, man. Actually, it wasn't even a bad decision. He's running outside of the hashes, and he just ends up leading him inside. I don't know what's going on, man. Russell's accuracy was not good on that play. He had a play to be made, and he just missed. So now we need a stop, and the Jets hand it to Dalvin Cook, who gets a first down. That's already a crusher, and then we miss the tackle, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. It's 28-16. I mean, really, this is exactly how our scores end up getting so lopsided. This game was so much closer than that, as we're going to attempt a long field goal with 20 seconds left in the game and hit it. You know, that gives us a chance to recover an onside kick and toss a couple Hail Marys. It's 28-19. Nothing crazy happened. We threw it underneath a bunch on that drive. As we go up, we hit, and that's recovered. He held on. We were hoping we could knock the ball away from Alan Lazard, but it is what it is. That's our final today. We lose 28-19. Once again, we blew an early lead. We got to figure out what we're doing wrong here. Russell Wilson's accuracy faded down the stretch. He only ended up hitting 51% of his passes. You know, a couple of them are me getting aggressive, but honestly, I know I didn't show the whole game, but a lot of it was just misses by him that he never should have missed. I don't know why sometimes it feels like our accuracies suck. I think at some point in time, I'm going to take a look and compare his accuracies to the other quarterbacks just to see kind of how he compares. I know it's better, but how much better is it? That's what I was wondering. And, you know, when we do that, you'll be able to see as we look at stats, the Jets really had a great day on the ground. Dalvin Cook came in and he just dominated us, man. He tore us apart, and that's along with Breece Hall having a really good day prior to him going down with an injury that did end up keeping him out for the rest of the game. I thought it would help us, but you know, Dalvin Cook didn't lose a step in this game. That's what I can tell you. Looking at our scenario following the game, obviously we failed that, so we lose 5 morale for all offensive players. Next up is going to be the Steelers, but we have Tommy Harder, somebody that they recommend we scout. He's a mid-round quarterback, so let's choose our focus players. First up is going to be Kyle Howard, a quarterback projected to go in the first round, of course. And then Josh McCollum is going to be the next player I choose. He's a wide receiver projected in round 1 that was amazing, and I want to know more about him. And then the third one's Quantel Johnson, because I want to know about him. I am as you know, I control the Florida Gators and our Coach KJ Dynasty, where all these players come from, and he was our running back, and I'm curious how good he is in this because I don't look at their overalls. Now we're going to get into some upgrades. Isaac Baldwin's up first. He's up to a 75 overall. Then we have Chanson Hines, who's just a backup O-lineman. We're going to try to improve him. He's pretty weak. He's, as a pass protector, terrible, so we upgraded that. We also have some coach skill points to spend, so we go to ready for everything to boost defensive ends. up, and now we're headed to Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, and we're going to take on the Steelers. I still hate the name. I wish it was still Heinz Field. It sounds weird saying Acrisure, but Michael Mayer came off a really good game last week. Let's see if he can continue it as we're going to take on Kenny Pickett, who's now an Eagle if you look at real life. That's weird. But in this new Pittsburgh Steelers, let's get underway. Steelers are going to open up with the ball. This one's going to follow the same format as the last game. Kenny Pickett's having a pretty good season, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks, 2,100 yards. He's been solid, not spectacular, which is kind of what you'd expect him on the high end to be, as Najee Harris is going to open up getting the ball, and he goes nowhere to start this game out. Pittsburgh comes into this game at 6-4. They need the victory today in order to stay in the wild card race. The division, they're going to have a hard time winning it, but it's not impossible for him as Harris gets another carry here. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5, and Pickett's in the gun by himself. He's going to go down the field, and that's Pat Freiermuth wide open up across midfield. That's a big gain of 22 for the Steelers and their offense. Pickett handing it off again. This is Najee Harris juking, and he juked one too many times. He only went for 1 yard there. So that's going to be 2nd and 9, as everybody knows. He's a pretty good back, but as you can see, looking at his numbers, he's not the most explosive guy out there, and I think that honestly holds his Pittsburgh offense back a little bit, because when you have a guy like Kenny Pickett at quarterback and then not an explosive running back, it just doesn't add up to big plays. But as you can see, Najee gets hurt on this play, and that's going to bring up 4th and 6. And the Steelers do decide to punt it back to the Raiders, so out comes Russell Wilson, who's having actually a solid year for us. Hopefully he can improve his numbers and get them interceptions down under control. We'll have to see, though. It's a weakness of mine, truthfully, as we're going to go to Damian Harris here on 2nd and 6. He has all sorts of space. He jukes back inside. That's a big gain of 21. That's exactly what we're looking for out of our running backs. And truthfully, if I'd have seen more of that out of Josh Jacobs, we never would have gotten rid of him. As Russ takes a shot down the field, that's Davante Adams coming down with it. What a huge pickup right there. We're across midfield already at like the 37-yard line. As Davante gets another catch, jukes, and he's going to be gone inside of the red zone here. He goes out of bounds at 19. So back to the ground game. That's Damian Harris getting bottled up. He had nowhere to go on that play. Brett Miller gets hurt. That's the Steelers' 1st-round pick. He is from our dynasty. That is 2nd and 10. We're going out wide. Davante Adams gets us another fresh set of downs. We're moving the ball pretty well on this drive, and Davante's been a big reason why. So Russ looking to pass here in the pocket, feeling no pressure, but that was a risky throw to Hunter Renfrow. I don't know why you make that decision. Throw it away if there's nothing else there. Russ again throwing underneath. This one's dropped. That should have been caught. 3rd and goal now from the 8. Almost certain we're going to end up settling for 3 here as we do a one-on-one to the end zone, and that's swatted away. So that's exactly what we're going to be forced to do. Daniel Carlson should be able to drill this 25-yard field goal. It's well within his range. The kick is up and good. The Raiders are going to take a 3-0 lead over the Steelers here today. Now let's speed this game up. Pickett here on 2nd and 4 is going down the field, and he finds a wide open receiver. I believe that's Allen Robinson all the way down to the 20-yard line. What a huge gain for the Steelers through the air. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Now we're going to watch the rest of this drive as that's again, I believe, Robinson getting the reception going out of bounds. I don't know why I can't quite remember. I could be wrong on who that is. But it's Freiermuth who makes the reception, setting up a 1st and goal now from the 6. Pittsburgh's moved easily on this drive, and they are finally going to go to the ground game. That's Jaylen Warren getting bottled up. He picks up a couple before he goes down, though. Now 2nd and goal. They look like they want to go right back to Jaylen Warren, and this time Divine Diablo, or check that. That's Akeem Davis-Gaither said no, no, no. So 3rd and goal. Pickett won it to the end zone. Nate Hobbs swats it down. That was Deontay Johnson he was looking for. So Pittsburgh's forced to settle for 3. The kick is up and good. This one's tied at 3. Let's see if the Raiders can answer. It's 2nd and 10 here. Russ looking to pass, going down the field. He has an open Jacoby Myers who makes the reception and gets out of bounds. I will admit, calling this game, it's a little hard with the way these numbers are on the uniforms. So I'm probably going to mess up a few times in this game here as it's 3-3 and the first quarter comes to an end. Later on in this drive, it's Russ again passing. This time he finds Davante Adams, who's going to go down to the 24-yard line. Now, inside of the 20 or 30, we're going to be looking to pass to the end zone, and that's nearly intercepted. Hunter Renfrow was the intended target. 2nd and 10. Play action again, looking to go down the field. That's shocking as it's swatted away and incomplete. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. We probably should have run it somewhere in there. Play action doesn't work if you're not running the ball. However, we go to Michael Mayer, and we just miss him. Russ, they say good accuracy, but that was not good enough, clearly. As we have 8-mile-an-hour winds in this game, let's see if Carlson can hit this 41-yard field goal. It is up. It is good. It's 6-3 Raiders here in the second quarter. Jumping ahead now, Steelers with a 3rd and 8. Pickett down the field, and that's going to be swatted away. Nate Hobbs, actually, that was not Nate Hobbs. David Long Jr. with the excellent coverage. So, 1st and 10 now for the Raiders. We go down the field one-on-one. Davante Adams, he mosses him and comes down with it. That's a huge play down to the 27-yard line. Wow, this Raiders offense actually looks pretty good so far today. They just need to punch it into the end zone as it's play action, and Russ goes down the field. That's Michael Mayer fighting, and he goes in for 6. It's going to be a 13-3 Raiders lead today. What a drive that was. We looked explosive on that one. Let's see if we can continue this today. But we need our defense to make a stop as Pickett here is moving on 2nd and 5. He goes down the field. That's George Pickens getting the big reception. He's still going. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5, and it looks like Marcus Epps caught up and took him down. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4, however. So Pittsburgh set up in great field position. Jaylen Warren gets the toss, and he goes in for 6. Pittsburgh's going to make this a 13-10 ball game. You know, it's tight. I'm not surprised by that. We're pretty equal in my opinion. Let's see if we can answer on offense. So as Damian Harris gets another nice carry, jukes inside. That's a 1st down out to the 35-yard line. We're in the 2nd quarter, and things are going pretty well here as it's going to be play action. Russ moving to the left. He throws. What a nice throw for moving in the opposite direction of his handiness, and that was Jacoby Myers making the big play. Russ has been a little inaccurate today, but he's been pretty good overall. We've had a touch of accuracy questions with him as we go down the field. That's going to be a touchdown to Davante Adams. Raiders are going to extend their lead back up to 20-10. This right here was a huge play by Davante. He looked like a beast on that one. It's 3rd and 4, though, on Pittsburgh's next drive, and that's it. This drive's over. George Pickens couldn't come down with it, so let's see if we can get a 3-score lead. Damian Harris on 3rd and inches gets the 1st down to the 40-yard line. That keeps this drive alive. There's a minute 24 left. We're probably going to show the rest of this 2-minute warning sequence here as we go down the field and we find Jacoby Myers for another 1st down and call a timeout. We're at the 45, minute 15 left. Russell gets hit. That could be picked. Luckily for us, it isn't. That's knocked down, and that's all. So 2nd and 10 now. Russ, play action. Looking, throwing. He has Jacoby, and he missed him. Myers could have scored on that play. That's a big miss by Russ. He's still, like I said, a touch inaccurate here as it's 3rd down, feeling pressure. TJ Watt got in his face, and that was just a miss. So now it's 4th and 10. What are the Raiders going to do? Well, they decide let's settle for a 62-yard field goal attempt, and honestly, it wasn't that close, and the biggest issue with that is now Pittsburgh set up in pretty darn good scoring position already past midfield. As Kenny Pickett's going to go underneath, that's George Pickens for a short gain, bringing up a 2nd and 6. Again, looking to pass Pickett. He's moving to the right. He checks it down. That was pretty smart. Jaylen Warren out of bounds. 3rd and 3, though, so they need to get the 1st down here. Pickett looking to pass. He has a wide open George Pickens. Jeff Okudah got him down, but that's a 1st down to the 28-yard line. Pickett again, passing as you would expect, moving in the pocket, going across his body and down the field. That's George Pickens for a touchdown. Pittsburgh scores quick off of that dumb 62-yard field goal attempt. There was too much time left in the half to make that decision, but Russ, he goes down the field and gets a flag. Is that DPI? If it is, we're in business here, and that's exactly what it is. They call DPI. That's what we needed. That'll set us up, hopefully, to at least get 3 as there's 22 seconds left. We still have 2 timeouts. Russ down the field, Michael Mayer, but he couldn't hit him. That one, again, is on Russ. Like I said, inaccuracy's been a bit of an issue with him. He's better than anything we've had before, though. Again, that was just an inaccurate pass. They say good accuracy, but there's no way that was good. Russ again passing. This time, we just want to get in the better field goal range. But it looks like we can't do it, so we have to attempt a 59-yard field goal. Daniel Carlson, it is up. And this time he drills it. He has the accuracy for it. The Raiders are going to head into halftime leading this one 23-17. The problem is they're not up by even a touchdown anymore. A touchdown by Pittsburgh and this game gets flipped on its head. However, the Raiders open up with the ball to start the second half. This drive is going okay so far. Mayer gets us out to the 41 with a decent reception there. 2nd and 10 now, looking to pass. Russ, and you can't do that, man. That's an interception by Nakobe Dean. Are we going to be able to get him down? We do, but the Pittsburgh offense is going to take over at 24-yard line. What a great play by the young linebacker who's already been, traded and given up on by the Eagles. So let's see what this Pittsburgh offense can do. That's Najee Harris. The first carry gets him down to the 5. What a run. They haven't leaned on him nearly enough. He only has 4 rushes here in the 3rd quarter. However, his 5th rush didn't go very good, so I guess that's why you don't do it. Now, 2nd and goal, right back to Najee Harris, and he can't get in. Trayvon Moehrig makes the tackle. What a play. 3rd and goal now from the 4. Let's get a stop here as Pickett moves and finds George Pickens. Who else is it? He's been killing us today. He is a really good player, but this is why we need to upgrade our DBs. So now we're trailing. Exactly what my concern was, only being up by 6 at halftime. 24-23, but we find Davante Adams down the field for a huge play. That's a first down to the 23-yard line. Again, going to Davante, this time on a screen. He jukes inside. Usually he goes outside on that. What a move. That sets us up with a 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. We need a touchdown here. I'm tired of settling for 3 as Russ is moving to the right, looking, and he throws that into coverage. Joey Porter picks us off. That's a decision you can't make. Russ really made a poor decision there. Throw that one away. There was nothing to be made on that. Now we're in danger of going down by 2 scores, and Pat Freiermuth is flying down the field. He's knocked out of bounds at 24, but what a huge play by Pittsburgh. This flips the game completely on its head. They have a chance to take an 8-point lead here as they go underneath. That's a completion to Deontay Johnson for 3. Now, Pittsburgh's got to be smart here. They don't want to not get points on this drive because a 4-point lead will be critical here as we're approaching the end of the 3rd quarter. Pickett's doing a pretty good job of managing it, checking it down. However, they couldn't get the first down there, so they're going to be forced to settle for 3 themselves. And this kick is going to be up, and it's good. That's a short kick. I'm not surprised by that. It's going to be a 27-23 lead, so now the Raiders need a touchdown. And, you know, that's kind of been our kryptonite this entire season as we go down the field. That's a completion right there to Briley Moore to get us out to the 35-yard line, but that's going to end the 3rd quarter. We're trailing in this one. Let's get a touchdown and retake the lead in this game as we go and find Michael Mayer for another big gain out to the 38-yard line. Russ is 20 of 38 passing today. On the move here. He's going to throw it and miss Davante Adams. That could have been a touchdown. He's right around 50% passing, and that's what's driving me nuts about him. And, you know, that forces us to have to settle for 3, and we're going to miss this kick. I know that's more on me than Daniel Carlson. I don't know what the heck happened there. I hit the button super early. There's no excuse for that. But we didn't get any points. So now we're down by 4 still, and Pittsburgh has the ball. And George Pickens is going to break tackles and juke. What a move to get down to the 34-yard line. Wow, he has been super amazing today. We cannot defend him at all as Pickens feels pressure and down he goes. That's a critical sack. That's what we needed. Tyree Wilson and DeMar Cox pressure him on that play. Pickens again looking to pass, and that could have been defended by Divine Diablo if he put his hands up, but he didn't. So Pat Freiermuth gets him down to the 23. A touchdown on this drive pretty much ends the Raiders' chances of winning this game. I'm not sure there's any world where they'll be able to come back as that's an incompletion, bringing up a 3rd and 10. So now this is critical. We need to stop here and force them to settle for 3. Pickett looking to pass, stepping up in the pocket. He tucks and runs and gets the first down. He's down to the 6, setting up a 1st and goal. That was a 17-yard rush, and the first time he did that all day. Honestly, perfect timing, but that's a pick. Marcus Epps gets the ball out to the 4-yard line. What a play. That's the type of turn we needed here. Let's get some points. It's 3rd and 8 now, though, as we go down the field, and we miss a Michael Mayer. Big play, man. That was wide open, Russ. What are you doing, man? His accuracies, I wanted to show him off. They're not the best, actually. When you look at him and Aiden O'Connell, for example, his deep accuracy is a little better, but other than that, he's not much better than Aiden O'Connell. So he's an improvement, but he's still not great. 3rd and 14, and the Steelers are able to convert that to Pat Freiermuth. Like, our defense can't give that play up there. You know, with our offensive kind of struggles here and big mistakes, you can't do that. That puts us in a terrible situation with 2:21 left in the game. Underneath, Pat Freiermuth getting another reception. It's 3rd and 8 now. They're probably going to bring it down to the 2-minute warning. Actually, Vegas calls a timeout and does the smart thing. Pickett on the move again is going to tuck and run. Get the first down, get more, and get down at the 11. Are you kidding me? Now it's going to go to the 2-minute warning. Let's see if we can hold him out of the end zone as Najee Harris gets a carry. And there was a big block that threw somebody onto their back ahead of him. 2nd and 3 now. Najee Harris into the end zone. This game's over, man. Pittsburgh just scored. It's going to be a 34-23 ball game. It's 4th and 10 now. This is for the ball game as they go down the field. That's Hunter Renfrow who gets the reception. He's still going. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Raiders. They actually have a chance in this one. They're going to need to recover an onside kick. But if they can do it, they're still alive. I didn't expect that type of play out of Hunter Renfrow. They're going for 2, which is smart, but they don't get it. They almost needed that to make it to where they could just send this game to overtime with a field goal. Now they need a touchdown if they can recover this onside kick. The kick from A.J. Cole's up high. It's recovered, though. That's going to be... oh, he's still fighting. I don't know why you fight there, and he fumbles the ball. That ends up being recovered by the Raiders. They actually get the ball because of that big mistake by Allen Robinson. However, they're going to review it. Oh, no. This probably means it's not going to stand. Robert Tonyan had the recovery, but they don't give it to us. Pittsburgh ended up getting it. He was down just before he fumbled that ball. I thought we had a chance there, and I thought Tonyan, I thought he pulled off a miracle for us. So let's take a look at our stats. As you can see, Russ, he just wasn't great today. I mean, he was good, but he's just not great. That throw power increase is something that I noticed we needed in the quarterback, and that's why he feels more effective than the lower overall guys we had, like Mitch Trubisky and Aiden O'Connell. But the problem we run into with him is his accuracy is actually not a whole lot better. He's regressed quite a bit in that area. So even though he has better throw power, we can make more plays and we can stay in games and do better. There's still some issues within his game that we need to clean up, which honestly at his age we're not going to, which is why we are looking to the draft for a quarterback. Now I may decide to bring Russ back just because I think he'll make a good backup or a good bridge option depending upon what quarterback we get and how he develops. So I think that Russ is going to probably be a Raider next year. But like I said, we're not going to give him starter money, and if another team wants to give him starter money, they can have him. Coming out of that game, though, we had an upgrade for Damian Harris and AJ Cole, our punter. That gets him up to an 85, gets him another ability slot. We need to get Daniel Carlson up one more overall. If we can do that, he's going to get another slot, which will slow down his longer kicks, which I think is why I keep missing them. So hopefully we can get an upgrade for Carlson soon. Now, next week, we have the New Orleans Saints on the schedule. They're currently sitting at 5-5. They're a team that we can beat, though. Looking at them, they're an 81 overall. I have no doubt we can beat them. We're also going to play the Colts in that episode, and I believe we can beat them as well. So that's going to be your next two, and hopefully we can start getting this season turned around a little bit and at least not get embarrassed. I'm LDJ11. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'm out. Get me a streak who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar, I'll be a superstar.